last movie in the festival this year. And I know, it's sad, isn't it? You know? Okay, before I introduce this character right here, I just want to give a shout out to my wonderful, I don't know how to describe her, Serena, who does these montages, these videos for us. I know that some of you have seen them before, but I just, it does my heart good to know that she started doing this when she was 18 years old, and she didn't really, she posted this thing on YouTube and didn't really know what she was doing necessarily, and when I contacted her to say, you're kind of a genius, and you know, we need you to do this stuff for us at the Film Noir Foundation, she didn't believe, she thought I was the FBI, honestly. And then I was going to bust her and put her in jail for ripping off all these film clips and everything. And now she's going on like 7 years doing this stuff for the Film Noir Foundation. And I take great pride in the fact that I changed her college major from philosophy to filmmaking. She's gifted. So I'm so happy that she does those things for us every year. Okay, we're going to do Name That Noir. Here's our contestant for this evening, whom I've seen lurking around throughout the festival. Introduce yourself, sir.
I'm Ben Mejia.
Ben Mejia. And do you consider yourself somewhat of a film noir aficionado?
Yeah, I've been at it since I was 18.
Okay, and now you're 24 years old now? Is that right?
6 years.
Okay, very good, very good. I appreciate it. Well, you got the headgear for it, so I'm very impressed by that. And you are playing for this Warner Archive Collection double feature. I saved this one till the end since we were doing these A and B things, and you're playing for this is a double feature. I mean, these are really kind of obscure movies. Homicide and House Across the Street are the two movies, right? I've seen Homicide, but I haven't seen House Across the Street. Who knows, it may end up here in Park City next year. Could be. Okay, you ready for this?
I am ready.
Here we go. I feel like we should have a drum roll. But if you've been here, you guys, the hardcore are left. It's a great round of applause. Okay, here we go. Clue number 1. Cary Grant is a U.S. agent assigned to uncover an international cartel.
Okay.
That's clue number 1. And obviously you want clue number 2.
I think I could probably guess it.
Oh, you want clue number 2?
I'll take clue number 2.
See, that would have been so impressive, but here you go. Now, if you think you know it, here we go. No, you're wrong. Clue number 2. Because he was not. He was just a regular dude. It was like confused. Clue number 2. The action takes place in Brazil.
I know the film.
Okay?
Notorious.
Notorious is correct. Very good. That is your. Let me know how House Across the Street is. Because I have never seen that. So, good thing. Ben, thank you very much. And I really appreciate your coming out and being here as often as
I
you
really appreciate being able to come to this every year and keep up the great work.
Thank you. Before I introduce Roadblock, I sort of teased you when I wanted to talk about Lisa Howard, who played John Dahl's wife and The Man Who Cheated Himself. I hope all of you saw the movie. Several people asked me, like, so what was the story? Why did the Film Noir Foundation need to restore that film? The thing that happens is when a film is independently made, as that one was, there is no protection for these films. There is no studio that actually owns the movie because the production companies that raise the financing and make the films inevitably go out of business. And the films are left in film exchanges or somebody's vault, or if you're lucky, the company that distributed the film, in this case 20th Century Fox, still has the elements that they used to strike the prints that they distributed, but the fact is they don't own the film any longer, because that deal has long since lapsed, maybe as far back as the 1950s. So they literally cannot make money from the film. So we're just lucky if we find them and the film is still, the elements, as we call them, are still in good enough condition that the film can be rescued and restored. Then it becomes a question of, is there really an owner of this? Does anybody actually own the rights to this movie still? And honestly, the Film Noir Foundation loves it when we get a cooperative studio, as 20th Century Fox was with this film. You saw at the beginning there was a special credit thanking 20th Century Fox and Sean Belston, who is the head of their archive there, and that was really important. Good. Sean, this is for you, because it's vitally important that they are willing to cooperate on this kind of thing, because sometimes studios are like, well, if we're not going to make money with it, we don't really care what happens to it. And thankfully, we've been doing this long enough that the people who run these archives say, well, you know, the Film Noir Foundation and Eddie, they'll actually get something done with this. So it's worth making the effort to go in, dig out the elements, deposit them in the UCLA Film and Television Archive, and then we can raise the money to actually do the restoration of the film. And because there is technically no owner on this movie, we are then able to produce it as a Blu-ray, get it out there, and give the film another life, you know, and literally resurrect it, which is what we do with these independently made films. So I'm just, you know, and being able to get life out of these things with a paying audience, to be quite honest, it astounds a lot of the studios that we are able to do this. Like, you mean, how many people came to that screening when you showed that movie? Like, God, that movie's 70-something years old. Really, people came out to a theater to see that? I mean, trust me, you guys are great. Okay, Lisa Howard was an actress. She was actually married to Felix Weiss, the director of this film, twice. They were married, divorced, then were married again, and then divorced again. But in the early 1960s, Lisa Howard quit acting and became one of the most prominent female television journalists in the country. And she went to Cuba and was the person who got the exclusive interview with Fidel Castro in Cuba in the early 1960s. And in true noirist fashion, how do you think she got that interview with her? Yes, that's absolutely true. She did sleep with Fidel Castro and came back and told the Kennedy White House that she had a special relationship with him. And Lisa Howard became this key figure negotiating between Cuba and the United States. And she actually brokered a meeting between Castro and Kennedy that was to take place in New York. He was assassinated before that meeting ever happened. You guys think I'm making this up. I am not making this up. Google Lisa Howard when you go home. And she unfortunately had a very, another Eddie story, she had a very bad demise where she committed suicide, maybe, in the 1960s from an overdose of barbiturates. And, you know, a lot of people associated with John F. Kennedy died under serious circumstances, right? And Lisa Howard was one of them. So, an absolutely extraordinary life this woman led. She also interviewed Khrushchev, and I mean, she was a player in the 1960s, a major media figure in this country. So fascinating that, you know, she's in this weird big movie, you know, from the 1950s. Anyway, so we're going to close out Noir City this year with this B picture from RKO. We've done 3 nights of RKO Bs in a row, 2 nights in a row of Charles McGraw. Last night you saw Charles McGraw as the bad guy. Tonight you're going to see Charles McGraw in an even rarer role. He always played the bad guy. Once in a while he played the good cop, like in Armored Car Robbery. But tonight he gets to play the most important male role in film noir, a sap. Okay? And that's a tough one for Charles McGraw to pull off, to be a sap, you know? But Joan Dixon, this is like her moment on screen. This is it. This is the only film you're going to find with Joan Dixon making a big impression. She wraps him around her little finger, and that is a tall order when you can wrap Charles McGraw around your little finger. This movie was, one of the co-writers of this movie is Steve Fisher, who was responsible for I Wake Up Screaming, which we've shown here before, which was an essential movie in the development of the whole film noir cycle and a great noir novel, also a book that inspired Laura. So anyway, this is like classic stuff. Harold Daniels, the director of this movie, really didn't go on to do much of anything else. And I love showing these one-off movies that are like, this was this guy's one blaze of glory in the cinema. And you know, he would be very happy to see an audience of this size here today watching this movie. Photographed by the great Nicholas Musaraka, who is one of the great noir cinematographers ever. And I am sad to say that we're done. This is it. Your last movie of Noir City in 2018. But I've already talked to Sarah and Beth and everybody, and we'll be back here precisely at this time next year.